Yeah, behind me is Ozark Escape, where family and friends used to come and solve puzzles. Baseball at Baum is back. Stick around to hear how two people are making the most of their game day experience. The phrase, "the show must go on," hasn't become a reality for some undergraduate students at the University of Arkansas. I'm here at the pool where honestly I might want to dive in with this beautiful weather we're experiencing in Northwest Arkansas. These young women spend countless hours supporting others, but this weekend is their time to shine. This weekend I was immersed in the sights, the sounds, and I have to say the delicious smells Baum-Walker Stadium has to offer on a game day. And now, while it might look like a ghost town, come game day it is filled with incredible people and fans with unique stories. Arkansas baseball. It's more than just a game, it's a way of life. And for fans like Robert Johnson, it's a full-time commitment.
Most series I'm out here, usually 8:39 as SEC play starts, got to get out here earlier. But pretty much everybody ahead of me, I know these folks, they're all really good people. They're also out here every single weekend.
But even during crossover season with multiple hog sports going on, he's found a way to support all the hogs without giving up his spot.
I grabbed just a little TV that I got at Goodwill and just hooked it up to the Wi-Fi out here, and we're watching the basketball game.
And while the fans bring the energy from the stands, the RBI girls bring it from the dugout.
I mean, how many people get to say they're on like the sideline of the football games or like get to dance on top of a dugout?
With SEC play just around the corner, the atmosphere is only getting bigger.
I'm just excited for like the seats to be more packed.
Because at Baum-Walker Stadium, it's the characters and celebrations that make it unforgettable.
These traditions that Arkansas has, like the beer hats and all those funny things.
But as any longtime fan knows, expect the unexpected on the field, in the pen, or even in the sky.
Really, April in Northwest Arkansas can either be 85 degrees or 35 degrees. So that's another challenge that we face.
So, if you're thinking about joining the hog pen experience, Robert has this piece of advice.
My number one tip would be don't be afraid to get out here. Just come out, be willing to show up early. It is a marathon, not a sprint, going to a baseball game and getting the full hog pen experience.
Now, SEC play begins this weekend, but the boys will be on the road. They'll be back here, and you can visit Hog Heaven when they face the South Carolina Gamecocks next weekend. For UATV News, I'm Maddy Terril, reporting live. Yeah, behind me is Ozark Escape, where family and friends used to come and solve puzzles and mysteries together, but they are sadly closing their doors. And while they are closing, they have hope for other small businesses to get aid from the city in the future. Residents have seen changes on every corner. The Ramble project and other developments are not only transforming downtown, but also affecting the small businesses that give Fayetteville its unique character.
There's rising costs, things have been changing, and we reached a point where we just can't effectively afford to run our business.
Ozark Escape is joining the 10 other small businesses that made the decision to close their doors between January 2024 and January 2025. But the closing didn't just mark the end of a business, it marked the end of a local tradition.
And it was kind of heartbreaking to hear how many stories and memories came from all these people. There's been engagements and birthdays.
Behind me is a popular weekend destination that will soon be closing its doors. City officials are actively working on a solution to prevent small business closures like this from happening.
We recognize in the city of Fayetteville that small business is the backbone of our city. It makes us so unique.
Moore says the city is listening and adapting, but understands there's no easy fix.
It's a balancing act of finding, the right structures that are in place. But I know that I'm very open to exploring and getting creative about what's out there. What potential grant programs.
And while Ozark Escape is nearing the end of its time being opened, the city is looking ahead with Fayetteville 2050 just on the horizon. They are working with small businesses to continue having them in Fayetteville. Live from Ozark Escape for UATV News, I'm Maddy Terril. Now, with Groundhog Day being just last week, I have to take it up with Puxatawny Phil as he's forecasted 6 more weeks of winter, and with that means more cold weather, and experts are saying more flu cases along with that. Now, In the last 3 weeks, Arkansas has had 309 flu hospital admissions. And the Arkansas Health Department says the state has had over 30 flu deaths, 81% of those being those unvaccinated against the flu. Now, according to the CDC, large outbreaks are occurring in elderly communities, with those 60 plus being the largest group impacted. I spoke with Dr. Eric Runnan about symptoms and what to look out for.
The more common ones are usually fever, chills, muscle aches. They're pretty prominent. They can have other non-respiratory symptoms, especially diarrhea.
Now, Dr. Runnan also said that if you are experiencing these symptoms, to not hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider so that you can get on the right path for testing and treatment, and we can get you feeling better. Now, remember to wash those hands, practice good hygiene, cough into the elbows, sneeze into those elbows, and like we've been hearing for the last few weeks since COVID-19, make sure if you're sick, you stay home. Live from Collier Drugstore, for UATV News, I'm Maddy Terril. I'm here at the pool where honestly I might want to dive in with this beautiful weather we're experiencing in Northwest Arkansas. But before you go out in the sun, here are some tips you need to know to keep yourself safe. Skin cancer is the most common cancer in the U.S. and it's caused by unprotected skin and exposure to the sun. Now, in just 15 minutes, unprotected skin can get damaged, and that damage accumulates over the span of your lifetime. Now, if you're heading somewhere warm for spring break or just wanting a tan in general, you might have heard a rumor that a base tan will help you not burn. That is a myth. And another thing, if you're headed somewhere tropical and can see yourself enjoying a nice citrus margarita, keep this tip in mind.
Be very aware with that. Make sure it's not anywhere around your lips, on your skin. Citrus oils can cause a lot of burns, intensive burns, rashes, blisters.
Now, remember to use SPF and reply every 2 hours, and wear clothing and sunglasses to protect your skin. Now, if you are wanting to give Casper the Ghost, that's all good with that sunscreen. I'd rather be Casper than Lucy the Lobster. So stay safe and keep your skin protected. For UATV News, I'm Maddy Terril reporting live. That's right, Sydney took a trip to her home state, the Golden State, where she got to witness the Hogs' first Sweet 16 appearance in just a year since they didn't make the tournament last year. Calipari had to start from scratch with one player left on that roster, and I guess you could play the song Started from the Bottom Now We Here, because I think that is a triumphant return to the tournament, to upset the number 2 seed with St. John's. And Sydney, being right there in the action, recruited fans from other teams to help cheer on the Hogs.
So it was really fun because even the Florida and Maryland fans started calling the Hogs, and everyone in the stadium other than the Texas Tech fans, even if they were just from California and wanting to have fun, was calling the Hogs.
Now, it might not have been the ending to the season that many Hogs hoped for, but it is a lucky one at that, and one that the Hogs should be proud of. The Hogs didn't make the tournament last season, so this is just the beginning of the Calipari era at Arkansas, and we're excited to see what happens for the Hogs in the future. For UATV News, I'm Maddy Terril.